It's me again, Mr. Phony, because that's what I am. This is Carol Danvers, aka Miss Marvel, aka boy, how would I say this? She's the new Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, by the way, should be a man, but hey, it's the 2015. It's not the 90s anymore, so we have to take certain liberties. Captain Marvel is actually a very popular Marvel character, probably I would say 70s, 80s. He actually had one of those meaningful deaths until the brought back 20 years later or so, in around 1985. I think he died of gloominess cancer, guys, but can't win them all. So this is Carol Danvers, the new Miss Marvel, and the hair is her. That's a man's head. Take my word for it, she looks like a dyke. All right. She does have alternate head, if you're wondering. I threw it somewhere. It clearly wasn't that head, but it's a decent figure from Hasbro. Surprisingly, the thing about Hasbro, they use this really, 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 really cheap plastic that bends easily. So it tends to get destroyed in the packs, and it tends to make female figures. How cheap it is, by the way, it tends to make them not stand up. But because this has it doesn't have, how do I put this, heels, it makes the plastic bend because it's so cheap. It bends from heels. Yes, heels on action figures make Hasbro's cheap plastic bend, so it has trouble standing. But this figure, it doesn't have the heel, so it actually stands up really well. It's actually a pretty decent figure. I don't have that much paint issues that I've seen so far. She does have a nice ass though, but yeah, she's built very well. But she comes with this Jubilee powers. Hasbro was so cheap, didn't give her in the comics. I think it's supposed to be yellow or orange. They're so cheap, they even give her the right colored powers and just do the Jubilee powers in there, and that was it. Because flogging a dead horse, that's what Hasbro does, guys. That's what Hasbro does. That's when you have low expectations, they keep doing it. Now, it does have double joint knees. I'm sure you've ever seen reviews of it, but it bends back that much, if you're wondering. It's very nice. Typical Hasbro buck, I think. I'm not sure if it's a reuse of the Miss Marvel. I think it should be exact body as Miss Marvel. But I don't own Miss Marvel, so I can't say 100%, but probably has the exact same character. There's no reason for them to not reuse the body that is Hasbro after all. The elbow, it bends in this much. I would really like them to add a double joint to these things. Some people don't really give a damn, but I do. I would like them to do at least a 45-degree angle close and not a straight up 90-degree angle, just to add to the posability. Her head's painted very well. If you can see, it's very nice. Love the eyes, love the black around the eyes. You can see there, she has a little storm mohawk going. It works really well. The head doesn't bend back that much. Unfortunately, I think that's it actually. So the head doesn't bend back, but it bends forward really well, which is nice. Flying poses, I guess. But you like to see it bend all the way back. Just one of those things that will be nice to see. It does have a thigh swivel, and it doesn't have a waist swivel, but it has a upper ab there, as that swivel right there around where the, don't say it's the breasts are. It's right there, so it's very nice. It some people complain sometimes with ab joints. It breaks up a sculpt, but this is hidden very well on the female figure. It's very nicely done. Yeah, it's very nice, and it does allow a slight crunch backwards, but crunch forward, not too much, but it's there. What can you do? It's better than having nothing. And they include this plastic piece once again, so don't have to do new molds, because Hasbro hates doing new molds because they hate us. So that's it. And obviously, you know the rest. It's full 360, if you're wondering. It does swivel here. It does have a wrist swivel very tight in my figure, and it does, no, it just has a swivel. It does it? It actually can it actually has a hinge there, but it's really tight. But there you go, it has a hinge, so that's fine there. As you know, the ankle rockers are very nice. Yeah, so it's a solid figure. It's not gonna blow you away with a sculpt, but the paint job is very good. surprised. I would like to see some shading in the hair. I don't really see any shading. It would be nice, It's a female, they love to put highlights in their hair. So take that extra step, Hasbro. Take that extra step. So out of 10, I would give this a solid 9. There's nothing wrong with it, except it needs that yellow powers. Damn it! It needs a yellow projectile. And again, I would really like to see double joints for the elbows and female figures at some point. Hopefully they add it. Otherwise, it's a very solid figure, and that stands up. Even though you use cheap plastic, it stands up. So again, it's probably a 9 out of 10. Definitely a must buy. There we go. Damn you, Hasbro. Take care. Bye.